I had a break for about an hour because I had a cancellation. So here I am sitting here with nothing to do, so I decided to go live. Um, I don't know if anybody's going to be around. Usually I do lives in the afternoon, so people are probably busy with their normal morning live shows. I know a lot of people watch Crowder or Tim Pool or, all those sort of things, so that's okay. It's easier to do this than it is to just edit something and upload it. And I'm feeling a little bit lazy. It's Monday. I don't want to do any more work than I have to. The Madison Square Garden Trump rally last night. Wow. I before that rally took place, there was a lot of Democrats from all over the country, personalities on X, people who were saying they're going to reserve spots at the Trump rally in Madison Square Garden and keep actual Trump supporters from attending. Clearly, that didn't happen. There were 20,000 people in the arena and an additional 100-ish thousand waiting outside. This is maybe the biggest political rally in history. But the funniest part to me is that with as big of a rally as it was, they had Dr. Phil spoke for almost 20 minutes. RFK spoke for about 10 minutes. Tulsi Gabbard spoke for 10, 15 minutes. Tony Highcliffe, the comedian and host of Kill Tony, was speaking at the event as well. And the one thing that people took away from the entire event was a joke that Tony Highcliffe made about Puerto Rico. He called it a floating pile of garbage, or a floating island of garbage. And obviously in reference to the extreme corruption of the politicians there, and the history of corruption that Puerto Rico has, in fact. But, I mean, again, it's a joke. We know from Gamergate that the left can't meme and the left can't take a joke, so I'm not surprised that they were ultimately offended by this. Oh, hey, user, what's up, buddy? He said, I heard it's the Fourth Reich meeting with Robert. Yeah, dude. The Nazi comparisons are crazy. Go look at the last video I uploaded on my channel. It's a clip from MSNBC, and I personally think they should be sued into oblivion and possibly lose their media license over. They straight out call Trump a fascist dictator and just make open comparisons to the Nazi rally there. It was insane, man. I can't believe how open the propaganda for against Donald Trump actually is in the mainstream media space right now. Jeffrey Miller, Coffin says hi, man. What's up, Jeffrey Miller? That's why I have to use a medical thong. I don't know what that means. Mimi says hey, hi Mimi. Coffin said Trump 2024, correct. I think that this actually gives Trump a bump. This is kind of it was almost like the RNC, honestly. People are calling it the second RNC. Just like you get a bump from, the candidates get bumps after their respective conventions, I think Trump gets one from this. And I think that the left are very, very angry because Trump went into a blue stronghold and had a rally that was bigger than any, Knicks game. It was bigger than the NBA finals that were, that have gone on there before. So, I mean, it was such a huge deal. But that Puerto Ricans joke, if you go any thread you see on X where they're talking about how, Puerto Rico is a floating island of garbage, where someone on the left is pearl clutching, you will find 50 Puerto Ricans in the comments saying, we don't care, we're voting Trump, which is kind of amusing to me. Mimi says, I love your eyes. Oh, thank you. Coffin said, I'm nowhere close to America, but I love Trump. Okay, well, unfortunately, I guess you can't vote. User says, butt floss. Oh, talking about a thong. Mike Babauta said, more like the second Hitler rally. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. The Nazi comparisons. Like, do people on the left not realize that not only does it not do anything to discourage conservatives or right-wing people from voting, because we all know that it's absolute nonsense, but it makes you look weak, and it makes a lot of people on the left just sick and tired of your rhetoric. Because they may not like Donald Trump, but they know that he's not Hitler. Like, people aren't that stupid, man. Let's see. Coffins, Trump to save world peace. He did start no new wars, and that's a big reason I support him. Jeffrey Miller says, I greased up and landed on my beanbag sideways, bro. Jesus, you guys are wild. Coffin said Trump is right for a reason. I agree. User said, everything I don't like is Hitler. A moron's guide to pokey teak. I don't know what that means. ZBG, Jack 1K. I'm in India. We're your weather. I don't know what that means. Mimi said SMH. Coffins, hi India. How are you, neighbor? Ty D said because the right are Nazis. Sure. If that's the way that, if everyone who disagrees with you is a Nazi, then sure. I guess that's fine. Think whatever you want. Lovesh, Seattle. You like it there? I left Seattle actually. I left Seattle because Seattle got way too expensive and crime got too high, and yeah, so I don't live there anymore. I still love Seattle. I still love the area. I loved hiking Mount Rainier, and anytime I get a chance, I go visit the surrounding areas, but I avoid Seattle proper. So, Mike Babauta, Mwaga. Okay. I don't really know how to respond to this because like there's kind of the people on the right are just like, this wasn't a Nazi rally and we don't really care that you say that. It was kind of a just normal political rally, kind of, much bigger than usual, but it wasn't anything insanely different from rhetoric you've seen from Trump in the past. So they don't really care. And then when people come out screaming Hitler at this, the people that look at it and don't see Nazism and they see like Israeli flags hanging from the stands, I think that they realize that you're full of it. Like that's kind of where I'm at with this. Random Encounters. Give a shout out to Random Encounters, homeless man extraordinaire. Sweet. Go check him out. I have no idea who he is. I don't necessarily endorse, but go check him out, I guess. Mimi says, where are you from? I live in the Midwest now. I am initially from Seattle, and like I said, I love Seattle. I wish that it hadn't started the internal collapse that it did in the early 2000s, but yeah, I don't live there anymore. Jay Brown, my pickle itch and I'm scratching it, brother. Sweet, thanks for telling me. User says a woman. BG said you're my favorite lesbian streamer. Sweet. I have unlocked a new level, lesbian. I guess I am married to a woman, so that makes sense. Human being says machi serva. I don't know what that means. Lavesh said, I bet, my bro. I was thinking about moving there, but I'll tell him to be careful. Thanks. Yeah. So the thing is, if you can move to like Bellevue or something like that, if you like the city, you're okay. But Seattle proper, there's so many drugs and so many homeless people. I don't recommend. Now, one cool thing about Washington, though, that I'll tell you, there's no state income tax, so that's cool. But yeah, I don't recommend it. I wish that we could take Seattle back. But the last mayor that I saw running in Seattle, and I haven't lived there in several years, she was wearing a dress that had the face of Chairman Mao on it. So I mean that kind of, and she won. So that kind of tells you, where Seattle is at. Jeffrey Miller says, Pop goes the weasel. Coffin said, what are your thoughts on no ID voting? Absolutely detest it. It should not be controversial to have voter ID. In fact, something like 85% of Americans support voter ID. It's not just a Republican thing. The crazy people don't want it. But I was just talking about this last week. I went and I tagged my car on Friday, and I had to have so many bits of identification just to get license plates for a car. And yet you can go vote in our elections without any ID, like in California. There should be a federal voter ID law. Like if states want to go no ID, I guess do whatever you want. But for federal elections, they should just require voter ID. And I don't know why that hasn't been done. And I wonder if an executive order could be done to require that. I don't know. I don't know if that would have to go through Congress or not. Chop of the Dawn says Trump 2024. Correct. BG said, you're my favorite transgender streamer. How did you know? Mike about MAGA. We just want to win. Well, so does the other side. I mean, what do you expect? We just want to lose? I don't really know what you what you want from me. Jeffrey Miller. I heard Macho Man Randy Savage was a Nazi. I don't know, bro. User said, yes, the Israeli Nazis. Yes, them. Mimi said, I'm in Ohio. I am not. I'm not in a swing state. Francisco Miguel says, "Hey, a grunge kid." Yeah. I did enjoy the garage. In fact, my cousin is in a garage band still up in Seattle. He's probably getting a little too old for it, but I think he just turned 44 or something. But he's still rocking out, so good for him. Cielo Tuyo says, "What are you?" I don't know what you mean by that. I am a person who is currently sitting in a car because I had a cancellation by one of my patients, and I'm waiting to go to the next patient's house to work with them. So, the Cosmic Show said, "Who's seething?" Brendan Shaw. Dude, you know what I'm talking about if you've been on X today. Go look at X. It's wild. Cielo Tuyo says, "What?" I still don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. Nick's Tricks, Trump 2024, correct. The Cosmic Show, why didn't he get invited to tell jokes in diversity? Dude, I don't know. I don't understand why. I guess Kill Tony has a huge audience, and that's why he was the guy that was invited. I do think that the joke he made was a little bit. I think it was silly at a time when Trump is actually starting to pull Latino voters in his direction, because just like with any demographic, there are a lowest common denominator who are going to be swayed by that comment, and they're going to think that joke, and they're going to think that it was super offensive. But my gut instinct is that anybody who is going to be offended by that joke is already so offended by the Trump campaign that it doesn't matter. Sammy P, hey, what's up? Hot Wang, you look like you couldn't coach first class. I guess? I don't know what that means. Dhruv Gupta says hi. Hello. Mike Babuda says Trump Diddy jailed 2024. Except that Kamala was the one that was at the Diddy party, so there's that. Sammy P says, "Are you AI?" I am not, but I kind of wish I was sometimes. Jeffrey Miller, I waxed the whole thing, bro. Sweet. User says, "Beat boot bop." Yeah. It's Bama 101 says Trump 2024. I agree. Drava Gupta says, "Where are you from?" I am from the Midwest. I'm a medical professional, and I am on a state and national registry, so I don't like to disclose what state I'm in because I don't want to dox myself. I have a family, and I just purposefully keep that to myself. Mr. Rogers says Hogwarts shouldn't be the name of anything other than an STD. That's probably true. Dhruv Gupta, hi Jack. Hello. The Cosmic Show, you need more ID to change your Gmail password. Dude, literally, you got to give them like your phone number and all that sort of thing for the recovery email, and yet you can vote in a federal election with no ID. That's wild. Coffins, we have voter ID here, yet there are still election fraud. We use paper ballots too. It should be paper ballots day of, in person, other than overseas military. That's my opinion on that. Everyone should vote on election day. If you don't vote on election day, your vote shouldn't count, because we had an agreement that there's one election day. It's in the Constitution. At least votes that arrive after election day should not be counted. And yeah, Arizona, sorry, if Maricopa County doesn't come in by election day, then they shouldn't count. You vote and get counted on election day, and what happens on election day is what happens. That's just it. It's Bama 101 says, "Go vote." Yes, everybody go vote. Mr. Rogers, you do need an ID to vote already. In some states, in many states, you don't. California, you don't. In fact, I tell this story. There's a guy, I don't remember who he was. He was on a major podcast telling this story about, he went to California to go vote, and he wanted to see what happened if he offered up a voter ID, and he held it out, and he said it was like a vampire if you hold out a cross to him, and they're, "No, don't show me your voter ID," because it's literally a criminal offense to ask for a voter ID in California. So no. Hey, everybody give a thumbs up if you haven't yet, please. It helps the stream. User, he's from a birth canal. That is true, I am. Mel Lee, you're prepared for possible post-election process? Yes, I have been advocating for the last several months that everybody should have at least some amount of money in a hard asset. I personally choose things like silver. You should have guns to protect your assets. You should have food set aside for about a month. I don't think that it's going to be like a full-on civil war, but I will tell you, people are going to rush the grocery stores like they did during COVID. So I recommend put some meat in your freezer, get some, rice, oats, those sorts of things. Just have them around. Hopefully you don't need them, and toilet paper, of course, have toilet paper, but just have what you need, just especially if you have kids, man. Like, because if something crazy was to happen, I don't see how something crazy doesn't happen, because there's already been a coalition of Democrats in Congress saying they're not going to install Trump. Look at what Jamie Raskin said. So even if he wins, they're going to say no under the 14th Amendment is what they're talking about. So there's that. Mike Babuda, Trump for dictator, one day only. Angelo Ziccarelli, Project 2025 Trump Orange. Oh my gosh, the Project 2025 lie is just the most tired thing. I get so frustrated when I hear it, because like they literally just say it and they know it's not true. Like, Trump has disavowed Project 2025 so many times. It's Bama, so people gotta vote. Yep. Stephanie Day, Ohio could be a swing state if everybody freaking voted Democrat that wanted to. Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. I see Ohio polling like 6 or 7 points for Trump, though, is where it's at right now. Monkey Juice, Trump gonna raid the Capitol again when he loses. My God. Stephanie Day says, I really, really hope people don't get discouraged and actually vote, because we can actually make a difference. Don't believe the polls. Vote Democrat if you want to vote next time. I disagree. I think that you are a little misguided there. I think that when people say that Donald Trump is going to end democracy and all this, you're nuts. You're nuts. He's been in office again already. You don't, like, we know what he's going to be like. He's not going to be a dictator. He's not a Nazi, and we know this. Something the Bandit said, someone at a Harris rally shouted, Jesus is Lord. She stopped her speech and said, you're at the wrong rally, then laughed about it. Yeah, I saw that. I made a video about it. They also booed her at the rally in Houston because Beyonce didn't play. It was amusing. Angelo Ziccarelli, Project 2025 Donnie. Orange Roach. I think that's a roach. Neat. Mr. Rogers, Hogwarts. Oh, we already said that. The Cosmic Show. His God voted 3 months ago. Joke was super cringe. Yeah, very cringe. Angelo Ziccarelli, you keep saying the same thing. It's Bama 101 says I subbed to your channel. Well, thank you. The one and only Nicole retracted a message. Justice Monroe says, hey, what's up, Justice? Trell Trippy says, America for Trump 2024. I agree. Trungle said, what kind of cigarettes did your mom smoke during your pregnancy? Was it Newports? No, but I'll tell you, when I was born, they thought my mom was a smoker because my umbilical cord was so long, it was wrapped around my neck, and I was a preemie. If they hadn't induced me early, I would be dead. So there's that. Justice Monroe says, what's up? What's up? Angelo Ziccarelli says, oh yeah, Trump pulling Latinos with it doesn't take 60K to bury a Mexican. Yeah, Trump never said that. It's literally just people that don't like Donald Trump who he fired running their mouths. Stephanie Day, I feel very afraid for everybody on this channel and everybody in our country that really thinks Trump is something that's going to be anything good. Just watch. I feel very sorry for you all. Sweet. We accept your feeling sorry for us. Thank you. Cashley says Trump forever. Georgia Robson, Puerto Rico joke was actually a compliment to Latinos. And I didn't personally think it was funny. I just didn't find it amusing, but I don't care. It was a comedian told a joke that fell flat. In fact, if you want to say use it as an implication of anything, the audience at that rally didn't think it was funny. So, maybe that says more about them than the joke itself, huh? Abdul Kadar, hi brother in humanity. You look alike Indians opposition leader Rahul Gandhi. Sweet, I'm Rahul Gandhi. Spa the Paleface David. Remember monkeypox and how that started spreading to kids and pets of gay couples? I do remember monkeypox, yes. Joe H., your name is Seattleite. Isn't that dox enough? No, because I'm not actually from Seattle anymore. I left Seattle. User says, ice cream yum, banana, oh, wawa, peppers. I don't get it. Angelo Ziccarelli, oh yeah, real compliment to Latinos, calling their island a floating piece of trash. I don't know. I think that it was more a reference to the tremendously corrupt Puerto Rican government. The history of the Puerto Rican government is corruption. And, the island actually does have a trash problem, but I don't, whatever. It's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard. The Cosmic Show. Jack lives in South Africa. He's dodging the race wars. That's correct. Yang Kai-shing. Hello. Hello. The Bandit guy says, Stephanie Day, Kamala is a forerunner to the Antichrist. Neat. Daily stuff with Samantha. Vegas, you don't. I don't know what that means. George Robson, service members don't deserve to vote. I never said that. I said military overseas should have the mail-in ballots, definitely. Diplomats, etc. But for the general population, it should be day of, paper ballots in person. Daily stuff with Samantha. Hello from Vegas. Hello. Spa the Paleface David. Why do they want to come here if it isn't Jesus? Angela Ziccarelli says, fuck Donald Trump. Orange piece of poop. Sweet. The Bandit guy says, someone at Harris. Oh, I already read that. Master Good Citizen. Yeah, but what's your financial background? What is my financial background? Well, I'll tell you this. 9 years ago, I was homeless and sleeping behind a dumpster in Denver. And then I worked 3 jobs to put myself through college. My dad has been a blue-collar worker. He's been a salesman, currently cuts firewood for a living. Everything that I have, I earned myself. Like I said, I was homeless, living behind a dumpster, worked at a Subway restaurant, and picked up a couple of other jobs and worked my way through college, got through graduate school, got a good job, and now actually I'm going to be teaching a course at a major university. So my financial background is grinding. That's pretty much it. User said toilet paper. Yeah. Cat WD, does America have a reform party instead of conservative or liberal? Not really. I wish they did, because I've always identified as a liberal. I did not vote for Donald. I was a Bernie bro the first time around. But the Democratic Party has lost their friggin' mind. Angela Smiley says, vote Kamala, please read Project 2025 has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It's a bunch of crazies that got together and wrote it. A couple of them were in Donald Trump's cabinet. That's fine. I don't care. Donald Trump has publicly disavowed it many times. Fizz said, skibbity for real. The Cosmic Show, I still see a Kamala victory, but more unsure now. I'm not going to say Trump is going to win. I think Trump wins. But like I said, I'm worried no matter who wins, because the other side is going to be incredibly upset and they're going to do irrational stuff. I don't know that there's any reconciling this country. Everybody give a thumbs up if you could, please. That would help a lot. Peepee says hi. Hi, Peepee. James Day says, are you circumcised? Actually, I am. Mr. Good Citizen. Nope, Trump 2024. Correct. Sigma YT says, hello, bro. Hello. Vanessa L says, you don't get counted. The government wants you to be pressed. Racial profiling, mad at the world. The government has made their mind up on who's going to be president already. That's likely true. I agree with that. I take a little bit of a conspiratorial black pill view from time to time. Cosmic Show, the Trump media blitz has been impressive. It has. Benigno says, Trump's project is Project 4. I think it's Agenda 47, but yeah. Kerna says, bro, which state you from? I'm not going to say, because I don't want to dox myself. I'm a medical professional. I'm on a national certification list, so I don't want to dox myself. Robert Andres, we surely don't need Trump. I disagree. I think that of the options we've got, it needs to be Trump. Mr. Good Citizen, trying to stop it will cause civil war. The middle class is tired of all this. I don't know about a full-on civil war, but I do know about, unrest for sure. James Day, let's go Trump. Agree. George Robson, Trump is a great dictator. Jesus. Angela Ziccarelli, Trump equals Hitler 2.0. I think that you are so deluded if you think that Trump equals Hitler. Either you have no understanding of history, or you're just so blinded by MSNBC that, you actually truly believe it, and I feel sorry for you. Go read up on World War II history. Trump is not Hitler. Trump is nothing close to Hitler. You're crazy. Rob Grubliashman Keith says, I voted One Nation. Sweet. Robert Andres says, does Trump lie? Yeah, I think he does. Yeah, I think he does. And so does Kamala. They're politicians. I think they do lie. Mikey Masters. Oh, he's disavowed it, and we all know Trump is known for truthfulness. Yeah, sure. So then why does it matter? Why does it matter what Trump says? You know, if you're just going to disbelieve him anyway, why does it matter? He can't win if he says one thing and you say no, that's just not true. If he says the thing you want him to say, you say it's not true. If he says the thing you don't want him to say, you say, oh look, he's a Nazi. So I mean, what do you want? You want to be right is what you want. All you want is just to be able to say no, he's a Nazi. So who cares what you think at that point, you know? Mr. Good Citizen, it's more of a vote against liberalism and wokeism than it is a vote for Trump. I agree. Vanessa L, don't waste your money on toilet paper. Water is what you will be needing most. That's a good point. I collect those $5 40 packs of bottled water. Angela Smiley, vote for America Future. Kamala, disagree. I am Pogi says, hello. Benigno says, vote Democrat if you want to be enslaved by the deep state. Monkey Juice, Trump's Putin's puppet and a draft dodger. No. The draft dodger part, don't, whatever. Putin's puppet, oh my god, you're misguided. Karna says, when? I just came to this channel. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Sorry. What did you say before? Let me scroll back up. Which say? Oh, you're talking to somebody else. Yeah. Rafiq. U.S. is really concerned with world peace. I think some of us are. Mr. Good Citizen, you kind of like Kamala who worked at McDonald's, but she actually didn't. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's Bama 101. People crazy, bro. Yeah. Benigno, Trump's project is Agenda 47. It project, sure. Vanessa L, puppets are what the government and higher power want for humans. Yeah. Tim Erna, they are all lies. I agree. George Robson says Trump never lies. No, Trump lies. But Trump usually lies about stupid stuff that doesn't matter. He lies about like, oh, my crowds are the biggest. I mean, I guess in this election they kind of are, but it's like nobody would ever leave early. You know, just stupid things. Who cares? No one cares. No one cares. Benigno says, do you have a brain? I actually have a graduate degree. So yes, I do have a brain. The Bandit guy says, FJB, let's go Brandon. Correct. It's Bama said you got Beyonce. Come on out. Dude, I don't understand why people care about celebrity endorsements. Like, it's really the dumbest thing in the world. Like, who cares what Beyonce or LeBron James or Dr. Phil have to say about politics? It's not their wheelhouse. Like, why do we care? Like, I'm some random dude talking about the news on the internet. Like, that is what I do. I have a job. This isn't my, my career or my job or anything. I just talk about the news because I couldn't find people that I thought were reasonable to listen to about the news, because everybody had their own weird little spin, and especially the people that make their living doing it, I just don't like it. So I mean, that's why you don't see me with big headphones on sitting in a studio trying to do this in a super professional way, because I don't care about it that much. Let's talk politics, let's be real, let's have real conversation. The Nostalgic Touch says, will you date me? I am married, I'm sorry. Robert Andres says, what's your favorite color? I bet it's orange. Actually, I really hate orange. I hate that color. My favorite color is navy blue. Mr. Good Citizen, each day Kamala's polling numbers will get worse and worse. The middle class is going heavy for Trump. Hard to be. Yeah, correct. Troll Trippy, we have seen Trump's economy and Biden's economy. How are people willing to vote for camel toe blows? I agree. Robert Andres says Trump is a liar. Biddingno says, yes, fuck Joe Biden. Let's go, Brandon. Yeah. Hey, everybody give a thumbs up real quick. Rob Grubliahism Keith says, do you think Trump will goatsy? Oh my god. No, Trump won't goatsy. Unfortunately, that'd be hilarious. Naked Hole Rat says Trump 2024. Agree. Al Compton, I wrote in Obama on my ballot, but he can't be president. Well, that's funny. Back in 2016, a lot of people wrote in Harambe. He had a ton of votes. Like, it was like 100. It was so many that they showed it on all the results. Mr. Good Citizen, inflation for Harris, correct. James D. Strong Sr., what Trump spews from his wicked mind, his followers fallow, word for it. Dude, the word is follow, not fallow. Fallow has a different meaning. But whatever. The nostalgic touch. You look like Jimmy and Jude Law. I've got the Jude Law thing before. I have heard that before. I don't know who that is. Robert Andres says Trump is a liar. You keep saying that. That's like the 5th time you've said that. Mr. Good Citizen, imagine blindly following a candidate you didn't even pick. Dude, I know. I know. Like, Kamala Harris did not get voted for. You guys talk about Trump being a threat to democracy, but Kamala Harris was just appointed. No one voted for her. She wasn't even on the ticket. You know, in a primary, she's not on the ticket. It was Biden. Why was she appointed? I have no idea. That was a terrible choice. Robert Andres, do you love Trump? I do not love Trump. No, I'm a reluctant Trump voter, actually. Ofamo KO, the nostalgic. I'm available. I don't know what that means. Karna says, remember how many countries' population was killed by the British, even with British Empire, in just 5 years? World War total population killed doesn't even surpass that. I think I understand what you're saying, and I think that's true, but I'm not certain. Troll Trippy, I'm Latino and voted for Trump, as did my entire family. He's for America, unlike the other. I agree. Joel Olives, Trump 2024, correct? Benigno, Trump's game plan is Agenda 47, not 2025, correct. Amateur meteorologist Zachary Gagnon, did you watch Trump's rally in New York City last night? Trump will likely flip New York and will possibly... he's not going to flip New York or California. I think New York will be closer than people think, but I don't believe Trump flips it. It's just it's a Democratic stronghold. I will say, I think it would be hilarious if he did. But again, I don't think that he will. It's kind of a pipe dream at this point. But maybe we'll see what the polls look like, and we'll see what it looks like on election night. I have a feeling it's going to be so chaotic we're not going to know on election night what actually happened, though. That's just my personal thought. Mr. Good Citizen, Trump by a middle class landslide. Yeah, I think so. Benigno, Trump 2024. Robert Andres, the man on this channel is very, very... Oh, thank you. That's so kind of you. Yes, I am stupid. You got me. It's Bama 101. Trump got the black votes, too. He's getting more, yeah. Robert Andres really doesn't like me, dude. Antihero says, Drake 2024. Robert, I have 8 brothers. You're not hurting my feelings. It's okay. You can cope and see, that's fine, but you're not hurting my feelings. I've heard it all. When you have as many older brothers as I do, nothing really hurts your feelings. Antihero, Drake 2024, yeah. Robert Andres, God, you gotta stop, bro. The Cosmic Show, wait, they have a government? Joel Olivis, Diddy 2024. Jesus, you guys are wild. I love it. Naked Hole Rat, I'm Puerto Rican and I agree it's a floating piece of trash right now. God dang. Oh, man. I mean, it's a joke, man. Like, I don't know why people are so angry about it. Ordinary Twat, Diddy 2024. That's what a vote for Kamala is, right? Dolores Lowry, voted early. Trump and Vance. Sweet. Good job. Vika says, show outside, please. I don't think I want to. I'm sitting in a parking lot. All you would see is cars. Al Compton, I can't believe what Nick Hertz did to this country. Mr. Good Citizen said Harris Diddy 2024. There you go. There's a ticket for you. Would Diddy be a better VP than Tim Walz, though? That's the question. It's Bama 101 says Lil Durk just ruined his whole life. I keep seeing people talk about that. I need to look it up. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Vika said something. Angela Smiley says, stop making excuses for Trump comments. I don't remember making an excuse for a Trump comment, but sure. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Like I said before, no matter what we say, you guys are just going to, if Trump says what you want him to say, you're going to say he's lying. If he says what you don't want him to say, you're going to call him Hitler. So who cares what you think when that's the way that you are? It's Bama says OTF is done. Mini Jim says I love big women. Sweet, man. Well, more for you, I guess, because that's not my particular wheelhouse. The Blue Baron, is Seattle woke? Yes, Seattle is woke, and that is why I left. James D. Strong Sr., Trump Diddy for prison, 2025. Jesus. Mr. Good Citizen, after the last 4 years of your voting Democrat, if you're voting Democrat, you're an idiot, yeah. Harry, or you're just misinformed. I mean, the media brainwashing is strong, man. Harry Xianakis is the god of speed. You guys are arguing over the Israeli presidents. Benigno, Agenda 47 is Trump's official plan. Yeah. Naked Hole Rat says, sounds like white privilege to me. Yeah, exactly. Dr. P. Ness. Really? That's incredible. Well, that's it. Harry Xianakis, you are gay 100%. God dang. That's brutal, man. I got a comment the other day on a video that said something to the effect of, it's easy to tell that you never get laid. Like, god dang, people are mean. The Blue Baron says Trump. Raj3 says, 9 years ago, you look like you're 10 years old. I'm 30. I just turned 30. I was 21 years old when I was homeless I became homeless in October in Denver, and it went, until the next August. So it was rough, man. It was rough. It's Bama says, I love thick girls too. Okay. Antihero says, Drake is innocent. I don't know enough about I know what happened, but I don't know enough about it to speak intelligently on it. Andy K says, respect blue collar men. Correct. My dad is, not only is he one of the hardest working people I've ever met, he is the smartest guy I've ever met. Kerna says, you were homeless. Bro, I can feel your emotion by... I mean, at a certain point, it's just a matter of, doing what you have to do one day. I will say the worst part of it, I slept in the back of the Subway I worked at for a while, and everything I owned smelled like Subway. You know that smell that hits you when you walk in the door? Everything I owned smelled like that. It was terrible. It's funny, I was talking about this with my father-in-law last night. That's hilarious. The Blue Baron says, Reform UK. I agree. Ash Ventura said, Drake is Diddy's lawyer. Dr. P. Ness says, that's awesome. I'm a professor as well. I want to know what course that is, Dr. P. Ness. Mr. Good Citizen, grinding is my financial background, but I wouldn't give financial advice. I don't give financial advice. I think that unless you're very well set, for the rest of your life and you're sitting there on billions, I don't think I'd really recommend it. I don't know. I've met a few people that are very good with money, but, It's Bama says, no, he ain't. Dirk is over with, bro. Al Compton, I wrote in Big Mike. That's funny. Ved Jedov says, Trump. I agree. The Blue Baron says, Project 2025 is bullshit. Yeah, it's a red herring. Hollywood and the music industry want to run politics now. They know nothing about politics, and they only know who owns them in the industry. Vote Trump, said X. I agree. Blue Baron, do you think Trump is going to win? I do. Antihero, I'm voting for Diddy. Who are you voting for? Raji3 said, bro is reading random comments. I'm out. I'm reading everybody's comments, man. This is what I do. When I live stream, I just talk to people. Why would I have a live stream where I just sit there and preach it at everybody and don't take into account what people are saying to me? I mean, what do you guys think? Do you like that I don't know. I think it makes more sense. Like, what's the point of a live stream if you're not responding to people? PNS, Kanye 2024, yeah. Texa TB says, can you download Zeitgeist and upload the full movie as you know? Here we go. I think I'm alive again. My stream died. Naked Hole Rat. Republicans need to forcibly take back this country. I don't agree with that. The forcibly part, I do not agree with. Texa TB. Oh, you said that already. Naked Hole Rat. If you think Trump has anything to do with Project 2025, you might be. Yeah, you're crazy. Panther Pride said, how? Jeffrey Miller, lay down with Jesus. Brian Tagan, who you voting for, bro? I am voting for Trump. Actually, gonna early vote for Trump. It's Bama, says, ain't nothing be clown in the hoods. Antihero, Obama 2024. Being now Trump is the man is what the decisional people really mean. Keith said, my friend's sister is an ER doctor, and even she couldn't answer the question about men competing in women's sports. A friggin' doctor. Yeah, that's a big issue to me, especially because I have a daughter. Like, Men should not be competing in women's sports. I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't matter. My undergraduate degree is in exercise physiology, and all you need to do is just like take a cursory look at the way that men build muscle and have, you know, their bone density develops, and the way that they respond to training, and you just know it's not even a competition in that case. Cosmic Show, Trump's coming to ABQ. Ticks already gone. Yeah, I'm sure they are. Blue Baron, to compare Trump and Hitler shows how uneducated you are. Yes. I'm going to skip a few. Texas TV. I want to. These are people just saying MAGA. So MAGA 2024. I appreciate you guys. Oh, here we go. X Netanyahu's worse than. Oh. Texas TV says I want to watch Zeitgeist, but I'm dedicated to only watching your channel and nothing else. Mr. Good Citizen, 79% of Americans believe we're headed down the wrong path. Last time I checked, Democrats have been in charge the last 4 years. Correct. Hey, I'm going to skip a few because I've got to go in about 5 minutes. So I'm going to skip to kind of more mainline political things, kind of speak on them a little bit. Here's one. Naked Hole Rat. Did you see it? It's a fucking disgrace to compare Trump and Hitler. Have you seen the Kamala speech where she actually quotes Hitler word for word? No, I haven't. That's amazing. Penis. Trump is a douchebag, but he isn't Hitler. Yeah, I agree. It's Bama says, bro, you can't tell these trolls nothing. No, you can't. I'm gonna skip just a few more. Try to get closer to the bottom. User, men and women's sports is great. I always know who to bet on. Just a small town girl says, you look so familiar. I don't know. Jason Best, have you seen the movie Idiocracy? If so, you agree whether or not we're pretty close, man. Mander says, what's up? How's it going? Benigno, he's talking to somebody else. Let's see. George Scott, Trump is a racist. Oh my God, you're one of those. Mel Lee, do you think he is leading swing states? I do. I think Trump actually wins at least 5 of the 7 swing states. Yeah. Just based on the polling now compared to where it was 2020 and 2016. Robert Neal, do you think that Trump or the U.S. under Trump would withdraw from NATO, and how would the relationship with Russia develop? I think they might withdraw from NATO, and I don't know that that's a bad thing. NATO has run its course. I don't know why we need to be meddling with Europe in that way. I'm okay. I'm non-interventionist. You have to understand. I am very non-interventionist. I'm anti-war. I don't care if we're not part of NATO. That doesn't bother me. The relationship with Russia, I think that Putin has a respect, and not quite a fear, but at least a respect for Donald Trump. And so I think that it would actually much benefit the relationship between the U.S. and Russia. Let's see. Texas TB, Trump is just as much of a globalist as Kamala and the rest of them. You're all being fooled. I don't know. I disagree. I mean, just the tariffs thing, I think is enough to say that that's not true. Let's see. I'm going to scroll through a few more. New polls just in, says Olins. Trump is way ahead. Let's go. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm absolutely certain that's true. Dr. P. Ness, I don't think the United States is failing. It's just a fake fear topic. I'm pretty optimistic. I'm optimistic about a lot of things, but, the divide is what I'm not optimistic about. So, yeah. Let's see. Carmen Schuler, he let a guy go on stage before him the other night who said Puerto Rico is a floating island of garbage. It was a comedian making a joke, dude. Jesus. Okay, guys, I've got to go. Just as a small town girl, you have a graduate degree, you're super young. No, I'm 30. I'm 30, but yeah, I know I've got a baby face. And I do have a graduate degree, and I teach graduate students starting next semester. So, yeah, gotta go, guys. I've got to go see my next patient. It was fun hanging out. Everybody thumbs up if you haven't. And I'll probably go live later this afternoon, but feel free to join then. Thanks.